throw it. This is what I see a lot of guys will do with spear. The same thing with spear. Now the thing about a thrust is, no matter where you throw it from, it needs to come out of the smallest funnel possible. I don't want to throw a thrust from somewhere, I don't want a big motion. I don't want to do that every time I thrust. I want him to not even see it coming. It's going to come out of a small, hopefully a flat circle about that big. And what I'm going to do is, hand is back here. Like this hand is loose. Now this is your guiding, driving hand anyway. Okay? Once I know where my spot is, and like I said, the sweet spot is that right there. If I get inside that elbow, where if he flinches, he brings it right up into my, right into the heart. Okay, that's where I want it. But you gotta do it fast, because as soon as I drop from any guard or any motion that I'm doing, as soon as I drop to a flat thrust expansive, I'm very open. Remember I told you about being defensive and offensive? So when you thrust, be ready. Be ready to either block up, block down, back off, pull it back. I can thrust and get back. Sometimes you want to thrust and then run in real quick to close up the gap. So if he hits you, he's hitting me with the half. See where I'm inside the half? Half doesn't count. Okay, so you have to look at your options. The polearm is a very fluid, liquid, ever-changing kind of thing. It's not. I watch guys fight polearm, it chuckles me when they just sit there and basically hammer at each other. That it should be so much more. Think of it more like bow staff, bayonet, and I don't know what else. Freaking Naginata, yeah. The Naginata's off the, it's more of the little 50-50 sniping stuff. Yep. I learned a little bit from Okinawan. He was good. Oh God, he was phenomenal. And they're like 18 feet long too. But SCA style is a lot more bayonet. Like bayonet fighting, really. Also with the butt spike, I feel like I'm throwing stuff at you too fast. When you're thrusting, if you don't make your thrust, make sure you get it back. Make sure, if I thrusted him and I miss and he's got a leg shot open, make sure you can smash it down. Okay? Make sure you have to be defensive and offensive. So don't just think of one thing at a time. Think of 1, 2, 3 things at a time. Also, if I may go to thrust and at the last second he shifts, and I'm like, oh, I've still got to be a guard. I can't be out here. It's going to take his head off. Okay. Sword and shieldmen. If you're fighting a sword and shield guy, they're almost always going to throw this shot at you first. Okay. They're going to have a shield on this side. So if you're polearm and that sword's coming over, you can block it here. Push it down, and you can back it. Okay? You can also block it here. Roll into them, close up to the basket hole. If they hit you in the basket hole, it doesn't matter. And then from here, do a lot of really cool stuff. You can bring your butt spike around here. You can push it up on them. You can raise it up and take your legs out one. You can step in, not hitting the body. Shield, just smash it. Push it back in your space. Yeah, so you can't just start beating on your half. But you know, a lot more physical activity is allowed than most people want to do. You can be a little more rough. Most guys love it and they don't mind it because people are too scared though. But your sword and shield, when they're going to throw this shot, and they're going to throw this shot. Okay? Which is counterproductive. The shot they really want to throw is wherever the polearm is. They want to follow the polearm to the hands and the shoulders. So if you catch yourself with a swordman who's throwing fast shots, you're going to want to move that polearm back and forth a lot. Try to take those shots to either side of it. Because once he figures out that this leads to the sweet spot, you're dead. So step in close, step back, you can take your butt spike, drive it into the belly. Right above the knee, you guys are in a deep stance, it's a pretty good shot. But for beginning polearm, let's just go back to the basics here. I just want you to think about what can eventually happen. For a polearm authorization, you have to show offense and defense. Your offense, again, you go right back to the very, very beginning. Your basic chops. Okay, so from here, you're going to want to chop. Go ahead. Step in. Don't just reach a step. There you go. Now see how you try to take 2 steps? Yeah. So we need a maneuver first, right? Because I was too far away. I'm a lot bigger than you, my polearm's line. Okay. So, you know, but you're going to have to manipulate this. Close in. There you go. That's perfect. Now instead of instead of what she did was reach around like this, which is what most people want to use the stick to do all the work, you can go ahead and as you throw your shot, you can hit my pole arm.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Don't try to always reach around it. You may have to blow through it sometimes.
Okay.
Because if you reach around it, go ahead and reach around it again. I'm still where I'm at. I'm still there.
Yeah.
You want me to use that offensive and defensive together, push my blade out of the way. Okay? You also may, if I throw a shot at you and you block it with your haft, now push and step in. Push on it. Push on it. There you go. Now see where you're at and where I'm at?
Yeah.
This, you have to start thinking like that. How can I use, what they do against them? For a bigger guy, okay, you're not going to be able to muscle him out of the way as much. That don't matter. He's going to want to muscle you. So if he comes at me and I put my look how he's pushing, he's going. Just slide that sucker back and go right back where it was. If I'm here, I can go here. And now I own him, and then he's going to naturally pull. Yeah, take his head off. Okay? And again, being smaller, you have an advantage of going in, not out. Most smaller people want to run away and keep their distance because getting small against something big is usually bad.
Yeah.
Not in the SCA, we're all getting hit the same shit, right?
Yeah.
So when you want to, is if you can get in on it, you can do something. If you get behind that pole arm, or even on top of it, close in. If you have a plan, you'll win. If you close in and you don't have a plan, he's just going to chuck you somewhere.
Right.
All right, which is okay, it's fine. All right, but if you can get in there, push it out of the way, and either bring your butt spike around to drive him there, and then come around with this. And don't stop until he says dead. When you're fighting polearm, do not stop until your opponent either is obviously dead or says they're dead. Because a lot of times you'll catch the sides, and it feels good in your hand, it doesn't feel good in their helmet. So keep hitting them until they say they're dead. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, they're supposed to let you know when they're dead. If they don't say they're dead or fall down, they're not dead. Okay? And have a plan. If my thrust misses, oh shit. Have a plan. You know, have some way to just get yourself out of there. Just you block and then back off, you know, until you pull it up. See what I mean? Something that gets you engaged, has you offensive. If you're throwing offense, they're going to have to go defense. All right? If you're defensive, they're going to have to keep blocking and hope they don't hit you. So movement, your basic attacks, and planning. Have 2 or 3 shots, a sequence of shots or moves set up. But the movement, guys, movement is 90% of this. Being able to be offensive and defensive. Doing this. Where his knee's at, plant his knee. Put his knee out, I can see him putting weight on it. I know he's not going back. So if I throw something at his knee, it stops him. Then for about a half a second, I own him. If I don't take advantage of that, then I lost him. Right? But for about half a second while he's got his blade down here, and all his weight's on that front leg, I can step in, I can pull back his bow shot to his head, which means he's going to jerk up, and then once he jerks up, again, I got another half second, because I know exactly where his stuff is. And then I can go by and go, it's, always think about making your opponent, the trick to it is making your opponent do what you want them to do. Not letting them make you do what you, be in control of the fight. Make them do what you want him to do. Make him put his polearm where you want. If I want his polearm over here, I'll throw a little fake. He can't help it. It's all reflex. He's going to go for it. But if I throw it and tap him a little bit on the way, it sells it a little bit more and get behind it. I can throw a little fake and then drive to the leg. If I don't want him running after me too much, I'll nip his leg a couple times while we're at distance. Or if I do want him to run me down, maybe I'll nip his leg. If I know that every time he steps forward, he goes to a high guard, well, I'll make him step forward. Kill him. People start building up patterns, they start building up rhythms, they start building up certain combinations of moves, and you know, tease with them, toy with them, get them to expose those. Polearm, it tends to expose a lot bigger than with sword and shieldman. Sword and shieldman hide a lot. It's a lot easier for them to hide them. A lot of them will just stay driven until they get up close. You can't really tell until it's too late. But with the polearms, everything's bigger. Everything's more reactionary. And if you're a sword and shield guy and you like to kill polearmsmen, do that too. You know, make them expose their movements. Make them see what their opening movement always is. If they raise their polearm up high, you know they're coming down. Same thing with the polearm. He and I are fighting, and he's in this guard. Well, he's really only got one way he can go with that polearm, right? Unless he thrusts, which is the second thing. But most people come down. So if I know that, pivot at the hip, roll out of it this way, block it off to the side. You see y'all getting what I'm talking about? Is this making sense? Okay. So pair up, work on your movement. Your offense, of course, is your chops, your side chops here, back cut, thrust. You can go to a higher guard up here. The block is to drop it down, okay? If you want to go to high guard, but I mean, until you really feel confident just dropping the boom on somebody and knowing that you're also blocking yourself, I wouldn't really worry about it. You can turn that side chop into a shoulder chop. Go for the neck, shoulder, neck, arms, upper arms, forearms, right above the knee. Your thrust, belt, center belt, right above. And then that L I was showing you, between the polearm and the shoulder, that little hook, because that's the bread and butter. They just bring it in. And if you want to do a fast thrust, which I think I stopped before I told you that, when you're thrusting, some people you'll see them switch their legs, which I can't do right now. But you'll see them switch and shift. As soon as somebody does that, just back up. Until they get out of that stupid stance with the polearm. That's something you do very quick. You shift that stance and then you get a really nice long thrust. Okay? But if somebody does that to you, if I switch up and I do this, it tells you I'm going to thrust, right? Unless I'm really good and I'm going to turn that into something else, I'm going to thrust at you. We'll back up. I can't hit you anymore. And then I have to just go, okay, you saw what I was going to do. Right? I mean, just defuse your opponent. If you know they're setting up for something, use your motion, use your movement, get a little farther out, make a little bit bigger circle, get a little bit out of their range, make them engage, then take movement. But that thrust or fast thrust, if you're here, you want to just throw a fast thrust, throw it. Do it from movement. Don't stop and plant. I knew somebody that used to do this tonight now. He used to crank. It's like he was turning up his polearm before he thrusted. He would get it all revved up, and he would do that, and then he would thrust. And he would do that, and then he would thrust. And so every time he did that, I'd say, just a little bit. And he'd go, get back up here. He'd rev it up. And I'd just step back. Until it got his mind so focused on that I just so use your engagement, disengagement. Use your distance. Use your motion. Have fun. Just have fun with it. Blocking. I guess that's I should talk about that shit. You're blocking from that basic stance I showed you. Shoulder width apart. Polearm tip about on somebody's nose. From here, it's very easy to block. If he throws a shot, block.